As we head into summer, nutrition educator Lynn Matava is showing us a few ways we can spice up a summer salad. Check it out.
Today we're going to be using up some of the items from our cold weather garden. So I've got some carrots and some beets, and basically I'm just going to kind of throw together a salad. There really is no rule to making salads. It's just combining textures, flavors, ingredients that you like. I like to kind of keep it as interesting as possible. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to throw together a little vinaigrette. And this is actually going to be not vinegar, but with lemon juice. So I've got a lemon here, I've washed it. Oops. And I'm just getting some of that peel in here for the extra kind of brightness that it gives. Not the white part, just the yellow part of the peel. It's got all those great extra essential oils that are just really gonna add flavor, and it smells wonderful in here right now. Add aroma. I'm just going to add some of that lemon juice, whoops, in the bowl and in my hair. And again, you could use vinegar, you could use a rice vinegar, some sort of fancy vinegar if you had one, balsamic, and I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil, and then I'm going to sweeten it with a little bit of honey. So here is where you kind of get to add some flavor in. You can add some salt, you can add some pepper. I'm going to also add a little bit of fresh oregano from the garden, and I've got parsley and some green onions. Going to throw all of them in. And here's something a little non-conventional you might not have thought of, but I'm going to take some of these washed carrot greens. Now carrot greens, they're very high in vitamin C. They can be, especially if they're as tall as some of these are, a little bit on the bitter side. They're really great thrown into things like stir fries and soups. When you cook them, you usually cook out the bitterness in things like this, the greens. I'm just going to throw some of them in there. Once they're mixed with all these flavors, you probably aren't going to taste them a whole lot, but again, they add some extra nutrients to my salad, a little extra flavor profile. They kind of taste a little bit like carrots. Just kind of mix that all together. Now, put this off to the side, and I'm just going to start cutting some of these carrots. Now, mind you, I did say that they are, these were the things that I put the tops in water until they sprouted, and then they went in the ground. Same thing with my beets. They are not the most gorgeous carrots on the planet because these are those that went in at the end of the season. I usually wouldn't peel a beautiful purple carrot like this, but there's some kind of knobbly little things on there that I don't really want to eat. They wouldn't hurt me, they'd just be a little extra chewy. But again, this was free produce that I got in my garden, so I also don't want to waste it. I'll grab a couple of these beets. Just gonna kind of toss all these things together. I also happen to have some lettuce from the garden, but I am not going to toss the lettuce in the dressing because lettuce, you can if you're serving it right away, but lettuce tends to be a little bit more fragile than these hardier vegetables. So again, this lettuce is about to its end in the garden. Now this one was a red lettuce, so it is, it's got some like red hues and such in it. I'm just layering this on my plate. And then I'm just gonna drizzle, kind of arrange all these pretty colors on top of it. I think one of the coolest things about salads is there's so many brightly colored fruits and vegetables, and you're really only limited by your imagination. we've got this gorgeous salad here. Kind of thinking outside the crouton here, I think that walnuts are much more nutrient dense. They're gonna keep us fuller longer, give us all sorts of healthy fats. So I'm gonna throw some walnuts instead of croutons. And then I just think because it's got this vinaigrette and the beets and everything else, a cheese like feta, but you could put any cheese you like or none at all, is also gonna be really tasty in this. And I also, the last thing I'm gonna throw in here just for a little texture, I had this really cool bag of California wild rice. So I just think to myself, when I'm throwing together a salad, what kind of flavors and textures can I layer that will give it something interesting, make me want to keep taking more forkfuls of it, and basically, there you have it. I encourage you to go out and find your own flavors and textures that you can layer, come up with your own delicious combos, and enjoy.